The transition from outward expansion to inward contraction. That is what the metal element is all about. So you may be feeling a little bit lately that the fire, the spark has gone out in your life. You're trying to reignite it, get excited and motivated again, but it's something's not allowing you to completely, right? You're trying to get back to maybe where you were over the summer. Metal element, I always do a video about the metal element this time of year. Fall, leaves are falling, we're letting go of stuff. And metal element is about three main things: breath, connection, and letting go in your life. And a lot of people will fight this more yin introspective energy that comes in the seasons. But it's also a reason why we like dark stuff around this time of year. You got Halloween, right? We can dress up as whatever, you know, it's like stuff that's repressed. We can be whoever we want to be. And it's almost like these shadows or darker bits of ourselves come out, and we enjoy it to a certain degree because we have duality, right, within us. But metal element is a really transformative period. And if you don't go along with the season of nature as intended, you may find that you run into issues, especially if you're a metal element constitution. So you may have respiratory issues or immune issues. You're getting sick a lot, dry skin, bowel issues, large intestine, because metal element is associated with the large intestine, but also the lungs. So it is about breath, like I said, and taking in clean, pure energy. And really what this is about, so your life has many phases, right? We go through birth, death cycle, not only in our own physical life, but in many different ways. Okay, you'll notice that doors close, new ones open all the time. You go through like these ebbs and flows of new beginnings and endings, and book chapters closing, and then a new one begins. Okay, these are just the natural cycle, like everything in nature, right? It's just we've become very disconnected from all of that. So it's this idea of things breaking down, so we make room for building new, clean, fresh, so that you reach this stage where you go into the next phase of your life with a more pure energy. So metal element is about purity. The color associated with metal is white. Okay, and it's about breathing in fresh, clean, making space, about space, right? Not only out in nature, but space within you. You know, large intestine, right? Holding on to toxic things, letting go of all that. So there's a lot of symbolism when it comes to the five elements and the metal element. And I always like to remind people that even though this time can feel uncomfortable, like I know I get really bad seasonal affective disorder, and I feel just kind of like, as soon as the sun is going down, I'm like, shoop, you know, and I'm trying to just sit with my body and be okay with it, but you may notice that you're fighting it a lot. So metal element also has to do with out of balance. Metal element can become over controlling, okay, rigid beliefs. So it's this balance between allowing yourself to feel this season, letting go of that and feeling more connected, like I said. So not only breath, but connection, number two, is huge. Metal element, especially metal element constitutional types, where they have a need not only for recognition, but self-worth and this spiritual connection. Like it's very important to them, or if you're sitting in this season, to feel more connected. Okay, not only to yourself, but with the universe at large. Okay, so there's something more. So that you may notice that more now, where you're sitting with your thoughts more, you're writing stuff down, and you are connecting more. So letting go of control of how things are supposed to be, your expectations in life. This could be a very difficult thing, and this is something with this time of year, metal element, attaching to these rigid beliefs. Letting go of that can be very, very difficult, but often it's what's exactly needed. So you'll find that the things that are the most difficult to let go of are the most needed in your life to reach that point of connectedness, to reach that point of purification within your own mental, emotional body. So it's a time of year where we're transitioning into this gentler, darker energy. You know, it's a reason people like Halloween. The darkness is kind of like, we're embracing it more than maybe summer. We don't necessarily, right? But this time of year and Halloween, people are fascinated by the occult or darker things, you know, and this is the natural ebb and flow of just the season, and this kind of contraction and darkness and depth and all this fun stuff. And you can either fight against it, and you could really try and push to spark that fire again, no matter how much, you know, your body is resisting it. And you can, you know, look on the outside for external things to distract you and try to get that endorphin rush. Or you can embrace the season for what it is, and realize that how you feel is how all of nature feels right now. And you can either fight against it, as humans do, right? We go against nature all the time, or we can embrace it. We can embrace the process of letting go of things that make us feel heavy, of things that make us feel disconnected, or we can tap into it and use it to our benefit, to have more clarity in our lives for what's coming next.